Hey guys, it's me again. So right now we're going to go through some academic vocabulary and look at word roots because this is a useful skill. And it's only 5 words. So our first word is disrupt. We know our root, rupt, means to break or to burst. So the first thing I would actually do is think of other words that I know with rupt. So over here we have disruptive, disrupting. I'm also thinking of abrupt, like when you come to a sudden stop, like you're running and then you have a break and you're running and just stop. That's an abrupt stop. Or bankrupt, you're breaking the bank, meaning you don't have any money left. Or interrupt, you're breaking into maybe a conversation or somebody interrupts the ball game. They're breaking into the game because enter is like in or between or something like that. So the question is, what does the word disrupt mean? And our mentor sentences say, we were worried a storm would disrupt the drive-in movie. Golf fans are very quiet, so they do not disrupt the match. Now, I would think the dis means not, but I don't really feel like it does in this case. So my predicted meaning is to cause a break in something. Because in this case, the storm is interrupting the movie. And so I kind of feel like interrupt and disrupt are similar. Um, yeah. So, by the way, you're going to have questions to the right since this is an ed puzzle, so just answer them as they come up. Our next one is coherent. The root is here, which is to stick or to cling. My kids are yelling in the other room. I don't know if you can hear that or not. So, my first thing I did is I was like, oh, it has the prefix co, which means together, as in cooperate, to operate or work together. Cohabitate. To habitate means to live somewhere. So cohabitate is to live together. I thought of co-founders of a company means two people founded the company together. So that makes me figure out that coherent means to stick together. Okay, so I'm going to test my hypothesis with these mentor sentences. It's important to organize academic writing in a logical and coherent manner. So in that case, a coherent manner would be like a way where things stick together. Maybe it flows. The word logical tells me like this should cause this, and that should also cause a flow. So I like that. Although the philosopher spoke well, so although is going to show me contrast, remember? So whatever is going to come next should be the opposite of speaking well. His argument was not coherent. So if it's not coherent, coherent must be similar to speaking well. Otherwise, you're not showing a contrast. So coherent also tells me it's a synonym of speaking well. So my hypothesis is coherent means it sticks together, it flows, it's going to be well spoken. And then a related word is adhere. That's the only word I could think of with the root here. Like if you adhere to the rules, you're sticking to the rules, you're following them. All right, notation. We have had this before, some way. Okay, we talked about how note or N-O-T means to mark or to sign. That's why you annotate a text, meaning you mark on the text. So notations in the margin told more about the play. That's going to be writing and marking and signs in the margins of the paper. And so predicted meaning, to make notes on a page. And then here are some other related words. Aggregate. I just realized I put to see the poster in the classroom, but that poster is in my 9th grade classroom. I was confused on which thing I was doing. So aggregate means to herd or to flock. So I think of a group of things together. It says the pavers are an aggregate of 3 types of stone. So that makes sense. Like I'm taking 3 different things and putting them together to form something. The collage was an aggregate of the artist's photographs. Okay. So here again, if I'm thinking that an aggregate is different things put together into one, that's kind of what a collage is. And so again, we have several photographs put together into one piece. And so I think my predicted meaning is probably pretty good. So other words that I thought of with that root, we have disaggregate. I hope I just said that right. So that's what we do. Like when we get your ACT Aspire scores, they're all put together in one group. So to disaggregate, I really might have spelled that wrong. Anyway, it means we're taking it apart where we look at your scores individually, kind of unflocking your scores. Segregate. So you guys are probably familiar with segregation, where people were separated by their race back less than 100 years ago. And so I would think that's putting people together separately. So, nope, I'm going to decline that call. Hopefully it wasn't important. So our last one is express. So press is to push down, like press a button. That makes sense. So X, I started thinking about what does that prefix mean? So I thought of like an exoskeleton, or animals that have their skeleton on the outside of their body. So X means out. Okay. So you're pressing something out. My example, I thought a lemon expresses juice when it's squeezed. So the juice comes out of it. It says, express your thoughts logically and clearly so that others can understand them, so that they're coherent. So it's saying, put your thoughts out there in a logical manner so they can be understood. We gave a gift because words alone could not fully express our gratitude, meaning the words that we were able to put out were not enough to show our gratitude. So depress, like if you're depressed, you feel like things are pushing down on you. Compress, like if you get a wound, you need to compress the wound, like compression, so pushing it together. Decompress, so if compress is to push it together, to decompress is to space out, like maybe you're stressed and you just need to decompress. You need to let everything go away. So, okay.